Lays it off for Sullivan, and then off the post it is. A one-time shot, and it's 2-2. Lays it off for Sullivan, and then off the post it is. Work to get that out as a Catino, and that's it. Lays it off for Sullivan, and then off the post it is. Work to get that out as a Catino, and that's it. A one-time shot, and it's 2-2. Lays it off for Sullivan, and then off the post it is. A one-time shot, and it's 2-2. Lays it off for Sullivan, and then off the post it is. Work to get that out as a Catino, and that's it. Lays it off for Sullivan, and then off the post it is. Work to get that out as a Catino, and that's it. A one-time shot, and it's 2-2. Lays it off for Sullivan, and then off the post it is. A one-time shot, and it's 2-2. Lays it off for Sullivan, and then off the post it is. Work to get that out as a Catino, and that's it. Lays it off for Sullivan, and then off the post it is! Work to get that on as a Coutinho, and that's
Ally is invested in women's sports. Are you?
Heart of a lion, fire inside me blaze like a siren. Why would you try it? Wake up the beast, no I can't keep silent. I put my time in, now it's my time, your time is expiring. Blood, sweat and tears, I conquered my fears, I'm ready to fly now. We know they scared of us, no they don't care for us.
The game has changed monumentally. Ally is invested in the financial future of women's sports.
Did you know that your garage door is the single biggest object on your home? So if you're looking to add some curb appeal, it's a perfect place to start.
And right now, you can get 12 months same as cash. At Dover & Company, we carry the area's largest selections from top manufacturers. And don't forget to ask about our openers and accessories. We have it all, from battery backup, remotes, keypads, and OHD Anywhere that allows you to control and monitor your garage door from anywhere with your smartphone.
Dover & Company, your hometown garage door company since 1936.
Michigan Soccer Network, man! TCFC! The sights, the sounds of historic Keyworth Stadium. There's nothing quite like it. Each week, Jonathan Turner and Neil Rule will break down the most recent Detroit City FC USL Championship match, taking a look at the Eastern Conference standings, looking ahead to their upcoming match, and much more. Watch the Detroit City FC recap show each week on the Michigan Soccer Network. Let's go City on the Michigan Soccer Network.
You are watching the Michigan Soccer Network. Come on, City.
Are you looking to play at the next level? MSN is now offering player recruitment videos. We are excited to partner with you and your family in getting you to the next level. To learn more about our packages and what we offer, head over to the MichiganSoccerNetwork.com. Remember, your journey starts with a click.
Michelob Ultra, superior like beer.
So you're banana bread experts.
At this point. I'm Annie.
I'm Morgan.
And this is our banker, Dennis.
Hi, I'm Dennis. They came in and were looking for financing. They needed some seed money to get the business going.
I was with him when I got the news that we had gotten into our dream retailer. I said, you allowed us to get here.
I live vicariously through all my customers, and this was just incredible. I could share in that victory with them.
It sounds like you made that victory possible.
I had a little something to do with it.
Granite City Food and Brewery has 2 Michigan locations in Troy and Northville. Serves made-from-scratch food, brews in-house beer, and even has brunch every Sunday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. To learn more about their daily specials or to book a private party, visit gcfb.com. Make sure you head over to Granite City in Northville at the corner of 7 Mile and Haggerty, or the Troy location at 16 Mile and I-75.
At Dort Financial Credit Union, we believe in fulfilling our members' dreams and care deeply about supporting our community.
Without amazing partners like Dort Financial Credit Union, we would not be able to do what we do. And that's truly the backbone of our organization, is having those partnerships and community relationships.
From supporting community events to our employee volunteers, we are passionate about giving back to organizations that are important to you and helping make our community a great place to live, work, and play.
Michelob Ultra, superior like beer.
What makes Snyder Financial unique is that we're a family-run financial advisory firm.
Our clients enjoy working with us because we're a family. We understand family and relationships.
We absolutely find joy in building relationships with our clients.
And we really want to help them feel educated and feel empowered with their planning.
The level of service and commitment that we have to our clients, that's what we put above everything else.
Snyder Financial, a proud sponsor of the Flint City Bucks.
Every small business has expenses as it grows. Whether you're a farmer, a wedding planner, or anything in between, PFCU can help. With a suite of business services, we can help build your business.
I'm a husband. I'm a father.
I'm a sister.
I work in nursing home, I work in the restaurant, and I own my own food truck. And I bank with Huntington. I used to always look at that sign, you know, come on, own your own home. So one day I just said, okay, I'm gonna go talk to the banker. And he didn't tell me, no, it's not possible. He told me anything was possible. And that made me feel good. Hi, I'm Veronica, and this is my banker, Roger. He's awesome. He's a good guy.
In for Baccarat, and that goes in! Hugo Baccarat gives Flint City a 3-2. Buckley, oh, the ball falls to Buckley. 1-on-1 with Etheridge. What a save!
Welcome into the first ever MSN All-State Media Day for Girls Soccer. Jonathan Turner alongside Dan Stickrat.
Ball comes in, a good hit! 1-0! Shot, another save from Etheridge! Rebound, and it goes in the back of the net. The Bulldogs up 1-0! Burzma, but then from Lasma! 3-0! Stewart Heights with a shot! Upper 90 and in! Effectively today here on the Michigan Soccer Network, we are launching our new division of player recruitment videos. Mario Canoe now finds Stock. Stock's got a left-footed banger. He shoots it! It's in! The Red Horse equalize! Hello, everybody, and welcome into Schoolcraft College here in Livonia, Michigan. It is a big matchup here tonight as the USLW, Flint City AFC, is about to get underway here as they take on Kalamazoo FC in this USLW Great Lakes Division matchup. Jonathan Turner alongside Mr. Dan Stickrat. Excited to have you along here once again, Mr. Stickrat.
Always a pleasure to be alongside my partner in crime, Mr. John Turner. That is Mr. To watch another exciting game from Flint City AFC.
That's right, that's right. As let's take a look here at this matchup, Dan, and it's an interesting one because Kalamazoo currently sits second in the table, and I'll put that up on your screen here now. And second in the table here, they beat AFC 4-0 back on the first here. So just 2 weeks ago, they scored 16 goals, but they've only allowed 4, Dan. Only allowed 4.
Stout defensive team, Kalamazoo, climbing the rankings here the last 3 years. sitting just behind DCSC in the standings. Great year so far along, just the 4 goals.
That they are, as you take a look here now at FLINT City FC. They won the Great Lakes last year, but they are not going to win it this year. So lost both games to DCFC to start the season. They lost to Cleveland 7-0 on Sunday, so they got walloped on Sunday. They're 4-4 here in this season, and we'll bring the table up here in a second as we'll take a look at it here, and this is it. Right now, they currently are sitting there in 5th. Detroit City FC is in 1st. Kalamazoo sitting there in 2nd. Midwest United in 3rd. AFC and Arbor in 4th, and then there's FLINT City sitting 4-4. Cleveland Forest and Michigan Alliance round out the bottom half of the table. Hey, this game was moved indoors here today because of this. 87 degrees outside. It has been hot, Dan. Hot is hot.
Humid. There's been a threat of storms throughout the course of this week. Storm clouds are starting to brew outside the last few hours, so we could see different showers around different parts of Michigan here the next couple hours. But you look at these two teams, and Kalamazoo SC has been just more consistent than FLINT City. FLINT City was your defending Great Lakes Division champs last year. They've kind of been all over the map. We had a pleasure of calling their game 10 days ago against South Bend Michiana Lions. They won that game 7-2, but they turned around and lost to Cleveland this past weekend 7-0. So a lot of very good talented players, but it's been kind of a season of inconsistency, which has forced them down the standings.
No question about that. Let's take a look here at their current schedule change. Dan, I'm looking at this schedule, and I'm like, wow, that's a lot of games here. But either way, let's put this up on there for you. And I mean, look at it. I mean, Detroit City FC, they lost those first 2 games. Cleveland Forest, they won 4-1. They beat Midwest United 3-1. They lost to Kalamazoo 4-0. And then they took on Michigan Lions. They won that game 7-2. Then they beat AFC Ann Arbor 1-0, and then fell to Cleveland Forest 7-0. It's a far turnaround from what they did in the first matchup. And obviously here we are tonight, June 19th, taking on Kalamazoo FC, second in the table.
So they're missing several players against Cleveland. They got brought some of those players back here tonight. Expect just on personnel to be a much better result, much closer game this time around between these two sides.
No question about that. We are moments away here from things getting underway at Schoolcraft College. You're about to watch a USLW Great Lakes Division matchup as FLINT City AFC hosting Kalamazoo FC on this Wednesday night. Don't go anywhere. Starting 11s. Kickoff. National Anthem. All coming up after this. Now Worrell has a good cutback from him. He'll fire one, and that's going to go in!
Granite City Food and Brewery has 2 Michigan locations in Troy and Northville. Serves made-from-scratch food, brews in-house beer, and even has brunch every Sunday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. To learn more about their daily specials or to book a private party, visit gcfb.com. Make sure you head over to Granite City in Northville at the corner of 7 Mile and Haggerty, or the Troy location at 16 Mile and I-75.
Are you looking to play at the next level? MSN is now offering player recruitment videos. We are excited to partner with you and your family in getting you to the next level. To learn more about our packages and what we offer, head over to the MichiganSoccerNetwork.com. Remember, your journey starts with a click.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Our mission is to help players take their game to the next level and reach their potential. Not only do we help develop fundamental technical skills such as ball control in tight spaces with different surfaces, dribbling at speed and changing direction, using a variety of 1v1 skills to create space, receiving on a half turn, hook turn, and out of the air, finishing off the dribbling, one-touch, volleys, and headers. We help players get comfortable performing these skills at game speed with pressure and with both their dominant and non-dominant foot. In addition, we help players with their speed of play, awareness of space, defenders and teammates, and also dominate with our off-the-ball movement. We offer a variety of services such as one-on-ones, small groups, large groups, as well as team sessions. We have an experienced coaching staff that is professional, friendly, patient, while still holding players to high standards and holding them accountable. No matter what level you're at as a player, I'm confident we can help you get better. Over the past 3 years, we've built one of the best soccer-specific training facilities in the country and developed one of the most detail-oriented programs to help out players. Visit our website.
I'm a husband. I'm a father.
I'm a sister.
I'm a son. I'm a brother.
I'm a daughter. I'm a sister. I'm a referee.
I'm a referee.
I am a referee.
I'm a referee.
Are you looking to play at the next level? MSN is now offering player recruitment videos. We are excited to partner with you and your family in getting you to the next level. To learn more about our packages and what we offer, head over to the MichiganSoccerNetwork.com. Remember, your journey starts with a click.
Now Worrell has a good cutback from him. He'll fire one, and that's going to go in! Welcome back here into Schoolcraft College Trinity Sports Dome here in Livonia, Michigan. Jonathan Turner alongside Dan Stickrad. Excited to have you along here tonight for this USLW Great Lakes Division matchup as Kalamazoo FC is coming in, man. They are rolling. They are 16 goals for 4 goals against Mr. Stickrad. And you look at their schedule here. I mean, just their last couple games, they beat Midwest United here 2-0 last week on the 13th, whatever that was. And then my days are lost, so don't ask me. Probably last Thursday, they beat Cleveland 2-0. Hey, they tied Detroit City FC, and that's the top of the table. So yeah, so they are on a roll. And again, Flint City this year is kind of taking a step back from last year's side, where they went undefeated through league play into the playoffs.
The talent is definitely there for Flint City, just inconsistent. They can score 7 goals in a game and be shut out less than a week later, conceding 7 goals. So the leading goal scorer, Delaney Caldwell, is not with them tonight. So we'll try to find some offensive firepower, other players down the roster. Both teams have a lot of Division I and Division II college players on the rosters here.
For both sides here. Put them up on your screen there for Kalamazoo FC in goal. This Kaylin Junk from St. Joe, Michigan, IUPOI. You got Claudia Mussig in there as well, playing midfield. Maddie Canada, Bailey Corhorn, Ariana Stolfus. You've got Kayla Newcomb, Mackenzie Ford, Brielle Gomez, Kama Armatry, Brooklyn Whitehead, and Brenna Musser, all in the 11 here tonight for Kalamazoo FC. And for the Flint City AFC side, Kate Helfin in goal tonight. Landis Canada, Remini Tillotson, Sophia Piotrowski, Gabby Mueller, Reese Canada, Grace Philpotts, Avery Kalida, Olivia Rush, Maya Carter, and Kaylee Shannon, all in the lineup here tonight for Flint City AFC. And, you know, Dan, looking at this, there are a trio of players on the field tonight who share the same household, share the same last name. And but two of them are on Flint City AFC, and the other one is on Kalamazoo.
And all three call the town of Fenton, Michigan, their home. It's the Canada trio.
I'm just making this assumption. I mean, I only, up until a couple weeks ago, I only knew that there were, I only knew of three Canadas on planet Earth. One obviously to the north of us in the country, and then of course the other two that were on this squad in Landis as well as Reese. But Maddie Canada is also on Kalamazoo, so there you go.
Maddie Canada for Kalamazoo also plays for Western Michigan University. The other two came up through the Michigan Hawk system.
There's waiting now for the referees to get everybody lined up and get ready to roll here on this one, on this Wednesday night. Dan, we are excited about all things soccer here in this great state of Michigan. We've been hard at work here preparing for a Dream Team Reveal show here tomorrow night out at Granite City in Troy. That will be what we announce Miss Soccer along with the 10 best players in the state of Michigan, and your defensive and offensive player of the years for each division. That will take place tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on the Michigan Soccer Network. And then, Dan, I'm going to take a much-needed day off on Friday. And then on Saturday, we got 3 games. 3 games on Saturday. We've got a women's Super League matchup in Midland. We've got Flint City Bucks at 7 o'clock, Union FC Macomb taking place at 6 o'clock. So a lot of games happening here on this weekend, and we're excited to bring those to you. We have a game, Flint City FC game here at home at Atwood on Sunday, so we'll bring that to you as well. But referees will lead out the players here, and we'll hand this off to the public address announcer at Schoolcraft College right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the Trinity Healthy Sports Zone on the campus of Schoolcraft College for tonight's USLW, featuring the visiting Kalamazoo FC and your Flint City AFC. Let's meet today's number 9, Bailey Corhorn. Number 10, Ariana Stoltzfus. Number 14, Kayla Newcomb. Number 21, Mackenzie Ford. Number 22, Brielle Gomez. Number 23, Kama Amakari. Number 27, Brooklyn Whitehead. Number 20, Brenna Muscle. And starting in goal, number 0, Kaylin Jump. Now for your Flint City AFC, number 5, Landis Canada. Number 6, Remini Tillotson. Number 7, Sophia Petrosky. Number 11, Abby Mueller. Number 14, Reese Cannon. Number 18, Grace Philpott. Number 19, Avery Kalita. Number 21, Olivia Rush. Number 26, Maya Carter. Number 29, Kaylee Shannon. And starting in goal, number 1, Kate Helfand. The officials for tonight's match: head referee Carrie Martinez, assistant referees Jenna Metropolis and Amber Festian, and the 4th official for tonight's match, Megan Rosser. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, will you please stand and remove your caps as we honor America and those defending our country with the playing of our national anthem.
Play ball! I had to say it, Dan. I'm sorry.
One time in your career.
I had to say it.
Since 1984, he has waited for this prime opportunity to
It
use
is
that phrase,
true.
and tonight was the night.
I could not contain myself in that regard. But moments away here from the start of this game, and at this point in the season, Dan, you have to ask, what is it that Flint City's looking to get out of this season? Because the way the playoffs are and the way they're looking, you're looking from the outside in at this point. I'm not, honestly, anything is possible. We'd have to look at the numbers, but with the amount of games left, statistically they're not out of the equation, but it's gonna be difficult. So for them, Flint City's gonna have to find a way here. As we talked about last night with Union FC Macomb, every game is important still, right? But the reality is what can you do to stop another team from maybe having success? And maybe that it becomes, the plan, right? Is because Detroit City's sitting on top of the table. They've got 20 points. They're in the driver's seat.
And they've been in the driver's seat since week one. They have consistently been solid all year round. Again, we look at Kalamazoo. They've been consistent as well. Flint City. It's been up and down, and it looks like you look at their roster tonight, they're going a little bit younger. Some of their more veteran players are not here tonight. Some have reported back to their various colleges. So this is a chance for some of these players that are getting ready to go into college this fall, or maybe your freshmen just finished up their freshman or sophomore years of college, get them more minutes in the USLW League here in the second half of the season.
We're moments away here from getting this thing underway as wait for the referee and head coach of Flint City FC, Michelle Krisnick. On the flip side, Todd Wells, the head coach of Kalamazoo FC. So Flint City will start with the ball here in this first half. Going left to right on your screen, they're all red kits, and Kalamazoo FC will be in their purple and white kits going right to left. We are officially underway here from Schoolcraft College on this Wednesday night. Jonathan Turner alongside Dan Stickred. Excited to have you along for this USLW Great Lakes Division matchup. This is ball making its way up this near side. Score horn. She'll look inside now for Armatry. Armatry down by the end line. She'll play it back. Whitehead. Now a shot at that near post, and Helfin forced to make a save just 35 seconds into this game.
Great diving stop to her right for Kate Helfin. She's headed to the University of Cincinnati here come August. Just graduated from Troy High School.
Ball comes in off the first corner of the evening. Ball popped up in the air by Landis Canada. She'll get another touch on it. This one makes its way into the 18 and finally cleared away by Olivia Rush out towards midfield. So in the early going of this one, some pressure coming here from Kalamazoo FC, who again has not allowed a lot of goals this season. This ball on the ground, one back by Mussick. So now under control here by Rush and Flint City AFC. They call their home Atwood Stadium up in Flint, Michigan. Tonight, due to the heat index and potentiality for storms popping up, they decided to move it here to Livonia at Schoolcraft College, home of the Michigan Hawks. A lot of these players called their club team here down in Livonia. So over here in Livonia, up here in the, I don't know, Dan, it's so much. This ball played back to the goalkeeper, Kaylin Junk. She got her first touch of the evening. And now here come Kalamazoo FC. This ball slotted, looking for Whitehead, and makes its way back to Helfin.
You got confused with the geographical location. It's quite all right, as we've been bouncing all over the creation here across the state of Michigan in the last couple of months.
Rush will dribble it up over midfield into Maya Carter, and this ball now slotted out here to this near side. Intercepted by KALAMAZOO FC. That was Stolzfuss. All over the top, and tracking this one down is number 28. I'm going to guess that that's Kaylee Shannon. We were told 29, but my guess is that's who 28 is. And normally 28's been Bauman this season. First time stopping by here on the Michigan Soccer Network, hit that subscribe button, like us, and share this with your friends and your family. Shout out to my daughter Brianna. She's our technical producer here tonight. So anything you see on the screen here tonight, on camera, the graphics, all of that is her responsibility. So good or bad, all of it's on her. So
you talk about the good defensively for KALAMAZOO FC. Just the 4 goals conceded in 9 games. That's a 0.45 team goals against average. They have simply been a difficult team to score upon.
Now Tillotson outside the 18 puts it back post and went through all that traffic. Reese Canada was the closest player. And it hits the little shed there on that far side.
We've seen that time and time again here the last couple of weeks at all levels of soccer, where an outside forward or midfielder makes a great play, sends a cross through the entire rosters of players in the box. No one gets a single touch on it, not a shot, not a clear.
Nothing surprises me anymore, Dan, nothing. So, we talk about that all the time. This ball now to Tillotson. Recent transfer student from TCU in Texas, now calling the Michigan State Spartans her home for college soccer.
Graduate of Rochester Adams, her alma mater, just won the Division I state championship on the girls soccer high school Division I tournament. Over the weekend, they captured a title with a 2-0 victory over Heartland.
So Canada, she'll get it back. That's Landis Canada. We're talking from Fenton, Michigan. Just outside the 18. Puts it out wide to Carter. Carter on her left foot into the box. A little touch by Canada, now finally cleared away. But not out of danger quite yet. Right back in the mix. Another touch. That was Gabby Mueller who got a touch on that last one.
You don't necessarily want to yell the last name Canada. It might get a little confusing for some of the players on the field, so first names will be used.
Ball went out here on this near side. So we're asking for some clarification on the jersey situation because, well, they're not accurate right now. So we'll hopefully get some updates about that here in a moment. As Tillotson will throw this one in towards Carter. On her back defensively was Mackenzie Ford. She's pushed out here to this near side, right by the touchline. This part of the match is brought to you by Granite City Food and Brewery. Eat good eats, drink good drinks, have good times. You can visit the Troy location at I-75 and 16 Mile, or the Northville location right across the road at 7 Mile and Haggerty. As this ball made his way into the 18. Now Rush. Kalita. She'll look to play this one into the box again, and closest player there was Landis Canada, and goalkeeper and Kaylin Junk picks it up. But hey, it's Wednesday. You know what that means, Dan?
It's got to be something at Granite
It's
City, correct?
Pasta Wednesday.
Pasta Wednesday. We got
With every
Monday
when you
and
purchase
Taco
a pasta
Tuesday.
dish, it comes with unlimited salad and breadsticks. Now, most people can't eat a ton of pasta, but they can eat a ton of salad and maybe a ton of breadsticks.
Yeah, I get a little addicted to breadsticks from time to time.
So So this is now number 14, Reese Canada, and she'll put this one towards the back post. I'm texting our ops people right now, and they're telling me there's no 12. I'm like, there's a 12 on the field right now for Flint. I'm like, there's legitimately a 12 right now on the field. But it's okay. Don't forget, there's also a poll going on right now. 17 votes have come in so far. Who do you think's going to win this game? 47% of you say Flint City AFC. 41% Kalamazoo FC. So, and then, of course, the dreaded "it's a draw" has 12% of your vote.
As you referred to last night in the men's game we covered, the kiss the sister. No one likes a draw.
Neil Rue and I were talking about this morning, actually, during our recap show, that I ultimately, we failed miserably at the rehearsal of it. But either way, we talked about that today on the show. You actually do want players to. You do want ties when it comes to the league games, especially when you're playing other opponents, right? You don't want to tie, but you want everybody else to tie. Ball comes into the 18, pops up in the air. All drops. Grace Philippots. Pulled back by Kalita. She loses the ball, and now here comes Kalamazoo on the counter. It's played up top to Armatry. So now a foul being called on this near side. And not out, but free kick coming up here for Kalamazoo FC. I could be seeing things, Dan. They're saying there's no 12, but I could be seeing things. It's been a lot of numbers in my head.
You figure we came out of Memorial Day weekend 3.5 weeks ago, and the amount of games we've covered via broadcast, or I've gone out and covered games, as a writer, it's in the dozens, in several dozens, just in the course of 3 weeks. It won't be slowing down anytime soon.
I'm kind of hoping for a break. I mean, our summer season's going to kind of come here to a close here in the next couple weeks, and I'm getting ready for we'll be taking July, spending a lot of time scheduling games. We just hired another Gagnon. We have Ryan Gagnon is our camera operator, who does a fantastic job. And then this ball coming in off the corners, it's going to that back post. It's popped up, and top of the 18. I will continue that thought in a moment. As Mustig was right there. One back now by Kalamazoo. That's Maddie Canada. Playing it inside to Whitehead now. Picked her pocket was Remini Tillotson there defensively. Great work from her. And they'll settle this down. But so Ryan Gagnon has been a great. Ever since he emailed me here about a year and a half ago, he has been our go-to for everything related to camera operation to production. He's been a fantastic asset.
He's our chief videographer. So bring in some talented young individuals in terms of that department.
Yep, he brought in his son Tyler, who also helps us as well. That's another Gagnon. And then I talked with his wife today. Wonderful, wonderful woman, and she's going to help us starting with scheduling here in July. So I will take all of that off my plate, and she'll be 100% in all aspect of all scheduling here on the platform. So I am super excited about passing that baton off. And if Ryan is half the man, half the woman she is, then we're in for a really good work from Elena. This ball played to this near side. That's Landis. She'll make her way. Looking to play that into Mueller, and that's broken up by now coming Kalamazoo on the ball is Musig. And then clean play, says the referee. Is this picked up by Kalita? Another good defensive play here in the early going for Kalamazoo FC.
You talk about scheduling and growth here at the network. We've picked up a couple interns here for the summer, and that door will remain open if you are going to be a high school senior here in the fall, or if you're currently in college, if you're interested in going into the world of sports media, whether it be broadcasting or journalism, marketing and sales, videography. wherever your interest may be. Feel free to reach out to our front office.
Front office, I like that. That's nice. This is dribbled up by Grace Philippot. She looks to play it up top towards Canada. She'll try and settle it down. She's met by 2 defenders for Kalamazoo, and that's cleared away by Newcomb. This part of the match is brought to you by Trelawney Asset Management. Your success is our success. Your financial goals are our sole focus. And we are excited to partner with you. To learn more about Trelawney Asset Management, visit trivam.com. Also call 586-665-8805. All thrown into Mueller. Mueller will just dribble it back, looking for an outlet. It's now Rush. Rush taken down. Referee says she got all ball. It's Musser now. Loses it back to Mueller.
Not a ton of chances either side here in the first 14 minutes. Just 1-1 on shots, with Kalamazoo having the only shot on frame here. Flint City has the 1 corner kick of the match, so not a ton of chances either side.
So the ball went all the way back to Galen Junk, who attends IUPUI in the Horizon League. All knocked away by Philippot. Now for a throw-in. 15th minute, 0-0 game here on this Wednesday evening. Watching the USLW Great Lakes Division matchup, Kalamazoo FC versus Flint City AFC. We talked about this again, that Kalamazoo has done a great job defensively. What a great slide tackle there just outside the 18. That's going to end up being a corner kick, but great defensive play.
A ton of Michigan-born players on these 2 rosters. You look up and down, a lot of players that grew up at talented high schools. A lot of top youth clubs in Michigan are represented between these 2 teams. Really, the whole Great Lakes division.
This ball comes in off the corner, and it pops out here top of the 18. It was Gomez who put it back here on this near side, looking for Mackenzie Ford. It's poked away. No, it's just impressive to see these rosters. You look at, Claudia, look at Maddie Canada, Western Michigan University. That's the MAC. You look at Bailey Corhorn, Western Michigan University. Ariana Stolzfus, Spring Arbor, which is known for having great soccer players. Kaylee Newcomb, Western Michigan University. You've got Mackenzie Ford, Grand Valley State University. Brill Gomez, University of Illinois Chicago. So that's a good college that just left the Horizon League in the last couple of years. You've got Kama Armatry. She's University of Toledo in the MAC. Brooklyn Whitehead, University of Toledo. So, I mean, a number of these players are playing at really good soccer programs here in the Midwest.
Yeah, Hannah Thompson from Eastern Michigan University, grew up in Schoolcraft, Michigan. She set the single-season school record 4 years ago. 87 goals in 1 high school season. She's a starter at Eastern Michigan.
And you said 87 goals. This ball will play back to the goalkeeper at Helf, and she's forced to clear that up 1 time. You said 87 goals, Dan?
In 1 season, correct.
And how many games has she played? 18, 19? Yeah. I'm assuming her team won a state championship with 87 goals.
They got to the regionals. I don't think they got into the Final Four.
But what? We got to math that out, man. Now, is this ball into Armatry, and she just can't bring it in there just outside the 18? I'm going to math that out real quick, Dan. That's a lot of I think the average school plays, 19, 12. So regionals, also like maybe regionals?
Yeah.
So it's like 21 games.
Regional semis or regional finals.
Okay, so we're going to say 87 divided by 21, right? That's 4.14 goals per game. Now, obviously, there were some games I'm sure she scored 8 goals in.
Yes, some of the games that they played were against lesser talented teams, but still, you look at the numbers overall. I mean, those are types of records that would be tough to, to be broken.
Canada into Carter. Shifts to this near side to Tillotson. Tillotson looks to push it past Whitehead. I don't know, that's good work there by Tillotson. It was maybe looking to go out, but good work there. Ball thrown in. Into Landis. Met defensively by Stolfus. Now Tillotson. Tillotson. Top of the 18, looking maybe to poke that towards Mueller, and that's just a misread and right into the goalkeeper's hands.
When you're in a dangerous position when you're 20, 25 yards out, you have a little extra space. Neither team's had a ton of shots in this match. We're now in the 19th minute. It's time to test the goalkeeper. You need to uncork some shots out there, see what happens. A little pace on the ball. Maybe you find a seam in the defense. Maybe a defender's blocking the view of a goalkeeper, can slot one home. Neither team has really had any great chances so far.
This ball comes in, that's headed away. Right back to Amaturi. Amaturi. Now this one cleared up. Ball still inside the defensive third here. Flint City as Tillotson will bring it up now. Part of the match is brought to you by National Soccer, achieving more together. To learn more about becoming part of the Nationals family, their traditions, and so much more, head over to nationalsoccer.com. That's nationalsoccer.com. Amaturi. That's Korhorn. Lays it off, now looking for Whitehead. Musig looked to put that one towards her.
And Korhorn prepped at Grand Rapids for Sil Central, part of some great teams with the Rangers. And she's one of several players on the Kalamazoo roster currently suiting up for Western Michigan University.
Now Mueller entering the 21st minute now as it makes the way to Landis, Canada. Into the 18. Looks to slot this across towards that back post. Now a loose ball towards Mueller. Mueller now slots one across towards a penalty spot. Settled down now by Kalita. Kalita pulls it back. Now Mueller up and over. Great work there by Flint City AFC, just unable to capitalize on that perfect pass in from Kalita.
Kalita found Mueller just open up to the right of the goal, unable to corral that ball down enough to get a shot on frame. Flint City has controlled possession throughout the first 21 minutes. They are knocking on the doorstep. They've only had 2 shots, and neither of them were on frame here in the first 21 minutes.
So throw in on that far side. Ball just past Maya Carter, and this cleared up towards midfield. Kaylee Shannon will look to play this one back now to Helfin. Jonathan Turner alongside Dan Stickrad here from Trinity Sports Dome on the campus of Schoolcraft College here in Livonia, Michigan. About 25 minutes away from downtown Detroit. Without traffic, with traffic, you're looking at maybe an hour.
It is orange barrel season across the state of Michigan, so anybody that goes anywhere, including the Upper Peninsula, must be ready to maneuver around orange barrels.
All played up top. Now Mueller, and they're going to call a foul. Coming up here on Saturday, we'll be back at it up in Flint, is Flint City Bucks welcoming Oakland County FC. It's a rivalry that has been brewing here over the last couple years, and it also happens to be, I believe, military night, and all the Flint City Bucks players will be wearing their camouflage uniforms. This ball flicked up over that back line and makes its way to Helfin. I'll be the MC for the post-game jersey auction. I did it last year. I'm going to try and raise money during the broadcast as well. Then I'll be doing a little bit of that as well. So very cool and fun experience up in Flint. But we've got 3 games on Saturday. A 3 o'clock kickoff, Women's Super League Midland welcoming in Corktown's Football Club. And then Union FC Macomb taking on the Michigan Lions. That game kicking off at 6 p.m. from Swinehart Field. And then the nightcap, Flint City Bucks, 7 p.m. kickoff.
What do we have on the call in those 2 games?
What would you like to know? I'm on the call along with John Snow in game number 1, the Midland matchup. And then in game 2, John Snow. I believe we'll have another commentator joining us as well on Saturday for that. And then Dan, you and I are covering the Flint City Bucks games at the nightcap. So
I was present last year for that military evening up at Atwood Stadium.
Keith is asking a neutral location. I mean, I wouldn't call it neutral. I mean, it's the second home field for Flint City AFC. They tend to play a couple games here a season now because of their affiliation with the Michigan Hawks.
Many of their players grew up in the Hawks youth system. You see some of the banners around the bubble here at Schoolcraft.
Bringing it up now here for Flint City AFC. Just past Maya Carter. Scoreless here in the 25th minute. This part of the match is brought to you by LI Financial. Whether it's banking, investing, home loans, or auto finance, nothing stops us from doing right by you. Goals this season. Stolzfus loses it to Tillotson. Now into Canada, nice little give and go. Slotting it up here now for Carter. Carter will track this one down defensively. You've got Gomez there. Now Carter, ball on her left foot. Lays it off now for Canada. That one finds the back of the net. And it's 1-0 here in the 26th minute. So a ball from Maya Carter makes its way to Reese, Canada, and it's 1-0.
So first shot on frame for Flint City AFC finds the back of the net. Great effort for Maya Carter down that right side, beating her mark, slotting a low cross through the box. Reese Canada there received that cross and leaves no doubt burying that shot into the back of the net. Just like that, Flint City is finally broken through the plane for the 1-0 advantage. Just the 5th goal allowed this season. Kalamazoo FC, they're now in their 10th game. They're 5-2-2 overall, but just the 5th goal allowed for the visitors.
So that 26th minute goal opens the scoring here in this game. Again, it was assisted by Maya Carter. And remember, it started because of that give and go on this near side. You had Canada, Landis Canada, and Remedy Tillotson on this near side. And then Tillotson just put a nice ball into Carter up this near side as well in the offensive side of the pitch for Flint City AFC. And Carter was able to cut inside and then put one across. This ball comes in. Ball makes its way back towards halfway point of this field.
Flint City's dominated most of the possession here in the first 28 minutes, and you saw a great display of passing, get a lot of players involved. Maya Carter beating her mark. Perfect pass slotted right into the box.
Settled down now by Carter. His forward was on her back. Played up to Mueller. Now Mueller. Here comes a great transition moment here for Flint City AFC. Mueller just outside the 18. She'll cut it back. Plays it to Carter. Good disruption there by Musser. Now Rush. Back to Carter. Carter will look to play it into space towards Mueller, and it's broken up. Now all the way back. Look to play this back now. Into that back line is Musser. Armatry. Ball over the top. Out comes Helfin and picks it up. Our match brought to you by the soccer mom and licensed real estate agent Julia Zahn. You can call her at 248-496-3438 or email julia@thebetterco.com. That's julia@thebetterco.com. Down goes Shannon, and that's a free kick coming up here for Flint City SC. Just got notification, severe thunderstorm warning there, Dan.
I left the office around 6 o'clock just for a few minutes. You could see the clouds building in just about every direction. We've had severe humidity. Temperatures up in the 80s and 90s here the last 4 or 5 days. And pure Michigan is about to take over.
Settle down by Kalita. She'll make a good turn. Ball into Maya Carter. She just couldn't bring under control. Now back to Gomez. And then Newcomb. A good little battle on that far side by Mueller and Newcomb, and that one will go out for a throw-in. So a throw-in here coming up by Newcomb. By a product of Kalamazoo, Michigan. Calls home Western Michigan University as this is one back by Stoltzfus, and good defensive work by Shannon.
Newcomb played 2 years for Pladenwell High School. Spent her last 2 years playing solely for Midwest United's ECNL side. She is signed and will begin her collegiate career here just in a month and a half at Western Michigan University.
Ball now inside to Kalita. Looks to kind of put it up over the top, and Carter gets a head on it. One back now by Kalamazoo. Whitehead. Gets past Tillotson, but it's just too much of a touch, and now we'll go past the end line. So Keith says makes more sense with the affiliation, probably cooler in there. I don't know if it's cooler or not. You know, it's very deceiving how cool or warm. I will tell you this much, it's way cooler by the fans on the other side of the field. That's some personal experience there, Dan. Philpotts into Carter. All over the top, looking for Canada. It'll settle down by her feet inside the 18. Canada looks to put this across. Great defensive work there by number 22, Brielle Gomez. I was thinking about this, Dan. So it was Canada to, sorry, it was Carter to Canada. So you got two C's. So two CCs of AFC. Right.
You You're not going to start rapping at us, sorry.
Well, I just thought it was pretty. You got 2 CCs from AFC. It ends up being 3, but either way, as this ball played in off the corner. Well, a good head by Carter. Just can't get that on frame.
We saw Carter have a couple goals and assists here 10 days ago when Flint City downed Michigan Lions 7-2. He's back in the lineup here today. Has the helper on the game's only goal. Reese Canada with the finish. It came in the 26th minute. You saw Kalamazoo have their one shot. It was on frame just 2 minutes in. Kate Helfand made that diving save, and that is the only chance so far of the match for Kalamazoo, which has outscored their opposition 16-5 this year, this being their 10th match. FLINT City AFC has controlled play. More dangerous, more opportunistic team so far.
So now Armatry plays it back.
Armatry is a great standout player for Hazlitt High School, helped led her team to the Final Four just 3 years ago. Hazlitt being just east of Lansing, Michigan.
So we're at 35th minute, and this part of the match brought to you by the Michigan Goalkeeper Academy. To learn more, to take your goalkeeping to the next level, visit migoalkeeperacademy.com. It's migoalkeeperacademy.com to learn more about their goalkeeper academies and their camps coming up here in July.
Well, the school year has come to complete. This is definitely camp season.
Man, I'm not going to lie. I really loved doing camps when I was at Groves coaching, just an opportunity to kind of see players develop, right? That was kind of the fun part about the summer, getting out there. It's one of the things I do miss about coaching was hosting those kind of events, being able to see the younger generation of player coming in to get prepared for, their next level of soccer and kind of seeing what they were going to be all about and getting a little sneak peek into the future.
A little bit of tomorrow's stars today.
That's right.
Everyone grew up playing at various types of sports camps. Went to some soccer and baseball camps as a youth 6,000 years ago.
Kalamazoo looking to find an answer here in the 36th minute. Now a shot from distance goes up and over. The Korhorn from Forest Hills, Michigan, put one off target.
Again, Korhorn was an all-state player at Grand Rapids Forest Hills Central. That school's been a state powerhouse here for the last quarter century or so here in Michigan on the prep circuit.
Kalita plays it inside, finds Mueller. She'll play it out wide to Philippots. One back now by Kalamazoo. Korhorn on her left foot. Maybe we got Whitehead right there. Plays it back instead. That's Canada, upper 90. While both Canadas getting involved here on each side of the field, it's 1-1. Dan, talk about an unbelievable shot. She put that up and into the upper 90 with ease.
She took the short pass from Bailey Korhorn, and Canada leads, no doubt on that one. Upper 90, just turns and fires on a rocket. So just the third shot of the night, second on frame for Kalamazoo. They're able to knock this score at 1 apiece.
That goal coming in the 37th minute. My goodness. I'll tell you this right now, when you have Canada scoring goals, and they're the same, it's easy to change the graphic real quick and it's just a number. I mean,
on the play by number 9, Bailey Korhorn.
So my goodness.
Kalamazoo goal comes in the 37th minute of the match.
I guess The sisters will be having a conversation about that goal here. What a fantastic strike. I mean, and number 9 on the assist, Bailey Corhorn. I mean,
either great conversations or arguments at the Canada residence. The entire family gets together.
a collision here on this near side. The referee will call a foul, and a good first half here so far. If you're just joining us, the goal back in the 26th minute from Landis, Canada, assisted by Maya Carter. And then just here a few moments ago, an upper 90. Beautiful strike from Maddie, Canada. Ties this game up is now Mueller. She'll push it out now to Canada. Canada inside the 18. Down by the end line. It's a good cut back from her. Puts this one into the 6-yard box and picked up by Kaylin Junk.
Again, Kaylin Junk goes to IUPUI, graduate of St. Joe High School, state southwest side.
Big collision here on this near side. 2 players down for Flint City AFC. So we'll see a free kick coming up here in the 40th minute for Flint City. About 40 yards from goal. I want to remind everybody coming up here on Monday nights is this ball played in now into the 18 by Phillip Potts. It's going to hit off the head of Maya Carter, but stay on the pitch. Our highlight show, even though we did it on Tuesday this week, I had so many games I just couldn't keep up, but we will try and push it out every Monday night at 7 o'clock. That's where we recap all the highlights from the previous week's games. Give you your top plays, MSN's top plays of the week. So join me and Giovanni as we rotate that each and every week. Giovanni will be back at it again this upcoming Monday.
That'll be week 3 of the highlight show. This is one of many additions to the Michigan Soccer Network here this summer. And so much more to come throughout the summer and into the fall months.
Yeah, I was looking at that goal again. My goodness, what a strike it was from Maddie, Canada. So Matt's asking, just tuning in, so I missed the lineups. Do we decide to care tonight, or did we put out a B team roster because the drive was too far? Oh boy. So a foul called here just a moment ago on Canada. So it'll be taken by Mackenzie Ford. Here in the 42nd minute, that equalizer coming back here in the 37th minute. Is ball is played in right towards Helfin, and she'll collect it. Looking at the rosters tonight, the rosters tonight. Maybe Canada's getting into me a little bit here, Dan. Looking at the roster as a whole, I wouldn't say that holds any water. Your statement holds water there, Matt.
I mean, just about every player on both rosters, other than a couple individuals, currently play NCAA Division I or Division II collegiate soccer.
Yeah, you got Notre Dame commit, Mizzou commit, Michigan State University, University of Miami grant. I mean, Michigan State University, U.S. Youth National Team, Vanderbilt, University of Kentucky, University of Michigan, Rutgers, Indiana, University of Virginia. I mean, that is as a good of a roster you're going to have. I mean, the only thing you can complain about is if maybe there isn't more like University of North Carolina on there, or maybe like you start getting like Santa Clara. This ball played into the 18 and back to the goalkeeper and junk. I mean, that would be the only complaint you'd have is, well, they're not the best Division I programs in the country, right? I mean, but Michigan State has been very good for the last number of years on the women's side. Western Michigan has been very good. They actually lost in the they lost in the MAC championship this past season. So after winning the regular season title, I think, didn't they?
Yeah, they were the number 1 seed entering that tournament.
Yeah.
Lost in the finals.
Yeah, they lost to the eventual winner in Bowling Green, right? As the ball top of the 18 from Mueller looking for Carter. The funny thing is, I actually called that game, Dan. I called all those games. You'd think I would remember who won that thing, but that was like 700 broadcasts ago.
Then you look at Kalamazoo roster, it's the same thing. There's 5 or 6 players from Western Michigan. There's 2 or 3 from Toledo. Grand Valley State is a Division II national powerhouse. They won, I believe, 7 national championships in less than 20 years. University of Illinois, Chicago. Tiffin and Davenport, Division II. Campbell, Kent State. I mean, so you go up and down these rosters. There's a lot of players playing at quality colleges at the NCAA Division I and Division II level. So I wouldn't call either of these teams playing their B teams. They might not have their top starters here tonight on either side, but these are all very talented young ladies who are shining at the collegiate level.
No question about that. Is Remy Tillotson will stand over this free kick here. That's about 30 yards from goal. Free kick here called just a moment ago. Just be touched and then put back post and looking for Carter. And I don't know if I agree with that decision. I think if you're 20 yards from 30 yards from goal, you put a strike on. You just test a goalie.
Yeah, test a goalie. I talked about that in the 10th minute. You just uncork, lace the shot. Maybe the goalkeeper bobbles it. Maybe carooms off the crossbar or post, deflects off a defender. A lot can happen when you're putting attempts towards the frame.
Yeah, so Matt, obviously in reference to that game, we obviously understand that Flint City lost 7-0, and nothing about a loss of 7-0 is something that you can sit back and go, how do you? I don't know if that's a game you can reflect on. There's lots of games you can reflect on a 2-1 loss, a 3-1 loss, even a 4-0 loss, but you can't. What is there to reflect on a 7-0 whopping?
Yeah, and they had just beat Michigan 7-2 less than a week before that.
Yeah, so I think like anything else, I think what this is the biggest issue you have every single summer, and it's not unique to Flint City or unique to any team in this league. They all experience it. It's, hey, I want to go spend some time at the beach, or hey, I want to go on vacation. Right, this ball played up now to Landis. Canada is now Mueller, so pull it back, looking for Canada, who's already got a goal in this one. But the reality is that you might not have enough players. They're all going to want to take vacation. It's July 4th weekend coming up here in 2 weeks. So it's one of those things where it's not always a battle about health. It's a battle about hey, our players showing up, and I know that they only sent ECNL players. That's again because most of these players are in a lot of cases are trying to live their summer lives. And I think we forget about that, and it's not meant to be disingenuous to anyone out there who's an athlete, but there are a lot of players out there who don't want to play at the highest levels in the summer, and they want to kind of enjoy their life a little bit.
And maybe some of these players, they might have a summer internship they're dedicated to. They might have a part-time job. There are some players on some of these rosters are technically still in high school or just graduated. They still have commitments with their
look at this ball,
club.
Dan. Mueller now into the 18. She'll cut back on her right foot, back of the net. Gabby Mueller in the 45th minute plus time has put the Flint City AFC side up 2-1.
Great individual effort by Gabby Mueller. She cuts back, and just laces a shot, curls inside the far post, kind of above traffic in the box. So 3 shots on frame for Flint City AFC. 2 have found the back of the net. As the homesteading side is being very opportunistic with their chances here in the first half.
And there is how this half will end. So my goodness, Dan, talk about an ending here, huh?
Scored by number
Couple late goals, couple great strikes from both teams.
on the play, number 19.
We've seen 3 goals so far.
Your halftime score.
Both teams have only combined for 10 total shots and 6 shots on frame. We've seen 3 scorchers into the back of net for your 2-1 advantage for homestanding Flint City AFC. Trying to make a go at climbing the standings. They may not repeat his division champs, but they could still play spoiler. So Kalamazoo is currently in second place, and they find themselves in a 2-1 hole here at the half to Flint City.
That they do. We're going to head to the halftime break with Flint City AFC up here by a goal at 2-1. A 26-minute goal from Landis Canada. And then Maddie Canada, her sister on Kalamazoo, scoring in the 37th on a banger. And then Gabby Mueller putting one home in the 45th minute plus stoppage time. Has Flint City AFC up here 2-1 at the halftime break. Don't go anywhere. We come back here. 45 minutes to go here from Schoolcraft College. Be back after this.
Ally is invested in women's sports. Are you?
Heart of a lion, fire inside me blaze like a siren. Why would you try it? Wake up the beast, no I can't keep silent. I put my time in, now it's my time, your time is expiring. Blood, sweat and tears, I conquered my fears, I'm ready to fly now. We know they scared of us, no they don't care for us.
The game has changed monumentally. Ally is invested in the financial future of women's sports.
Did you know that your garage door is the single biggest object on your home? So if you're looking to add some curb appeal, it's a perfect place to start.
And right now, you can get 12 months same as cash. At Dover & Company, we carry the area's largest selections from top manufacturers. And don't forget to ask about our openers and accessories. We have it all, from battery backup, remotes, keypads, and OHD Anywhere that allows you to control and monitor your garage door from anywhere with your smartphone.
Dover & Company, your hometown garage door company since 1936.
Michigan Soccer Network, man! DCFC! Woo!
The sights, the sounds of historic Keyworth Stadium. There's nothing quite like it. Each week, Jonathan Turner and Neil Rule will break down the most recent Detroit City FC USL Championship match, taking a look at the Eastern Conference standings, looking ahead to their upcoming match, and much more. Watch the Detroit City FC recap show each week on the Michigan Soccer Network.
Let's go City on the Michigan Soccer Network. You are watching the Michigan Soccer Network. Come on, City.
Are you looking to play at the next level? MSN is now offering player recruitment videos. We are excited to partner with you and your family in getting you to the next level. To learn more about our packages and what we offer, head over to the MichiganSoccerNetwork.com. Remember, your journey starts with a click.
Michelob Ultra, superior light beer.
So you're banana bread experts.
At this point. I'm Annie. I'm Morgan. And this is our banker, Dennis.
Hi, I'm Dennis. They came in and were looking for financing. They needed some seed money to get the business going.
I was with him when I got the news that we had gotten into our dream retailer. I said, you allowed us to get here.
I live vicariously through all my customers, and this was just incredible. I could share in that victory with them.
It sounds like you made that victory possible.
I had a little something to do with it.
Granite City Food and Brewery has 2 Michigan locations in Troy and Northville. Serves made-from-scratch food, brews in-house beer, and even has brunch every Sunday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. To learn more about their daily specials or to book a private party, visit gcfb.com. Make sure you head over to Granite City in Northville at the corner of 7 Mile and Haggerty,
or the Troy location at 16 Mile and I-75.
At Dort Financial Credit Union, we believe in fulfilling our members' dreams and care deeply about supporting our community.
Without amazing partners like Dort Financial Credit Union, we would not be able to do what we do. And that's truly the backbone of our organization, is having those partnerships and community relationships.
From supporting community events to our employee volunteers, we are passionate about giving back to organizations that are important to you and helping make our community a great place to live, work, and play.
Michelob Ultra, superior like beer.
What makes Snyder Financial unique is that we're a family-run financial advisory firm.
Our clients enjoy working with us because we're a family. We understand family and relationships.
We absolutely find joy in building relationships with our clients.
And we really want to help them feel educated and feel empowered with their planning.
The level of service and commitment that we have to our clients, that's what we put above everything else.
Snyder Financial, a proud sponsor of the Flint City Bucks.
Every small business has expenses as it grows. Whether you're a farmer, a wedding planner, or anything in between, PFCU can help. With a suite of business services, we can help build your business.
I'm a husband. I'm a father.
I'm a sister.
I'm a son. I'm a brother.
I'm a daughter. I'm a sister. I'm a referee.
I'm a referee.
I am a referee.
I'm a referee.
I own my own food truck. And I bank with Huntington. I used to always look at that sign, come on, own your own home. So one day I just said, okay, I'm gonna go talk to the banker. And he didn't tell me, no, it's not possible. He told me anything was possible. And that made me feel good. Hi, I'm Veronica, and this is my banker, Roger. He's awesome. He's a good guy.
We're at the halftime break here at Schoolcraft College, Trinity Sports Dome in Livonia, Michigan. It's 2-1 here at the half. 26-minute goal from Atlantis Canada. Put up the Flint City AFC up 1-0. And then Maddie Canada in the 37th minute for KALAMAZOO FC equalizes game. And then Gabby Mueller with a rocket of a shot far post in the 45th plus stoppage time has given the Flint City FC side a 2-1 lead here. Going into the halftime break. Don't go nowhere. We'll come back here. Second half action coming up after fire one, and that's going to go in!
Granite City Food and Brewery has 2 Michigan locations in Troy and Northville. Serves made-from-scratch food, brews in-house beer, and even has brunch every Sunday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. To learn more about their daily specials or to book a private party, visit gcfb.com.
make sure you head over to Granite City in Northville at the corner of 7 Mile and Haggerty, or the Troy location at 16 Mile and I-75.
Are you looking to play at the next level? MSN is now offering player recruitment videos. We are excited to partner with you and your family in getting you to the next level. To learn more about our packages and what we offer, head over to the MichiganSoccerNetwork.com. Remember, your journey starts with a click.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
Back here into Schoolcraft College. Halftime about to be over here in a couple minutes. Players are on the field, and during the halftime break, I saw a couple more comments coming in, at least one more comment coming in about this whole, bring your best team or whatever the case might be. And I'm not disagreeing with you on that mentality, but the reality is that you can't compare one team to another. I think that's important. I don't think you can compare the Bucks to the AFC side, and the flip side, you can't compare the AFC to the Bucks. It's not the right thing to do. At the end of the day, these are high school and sometimes, college and sometimes high school players who are playing, Dan, on this field during the summer. And, I would love to go do more at the beach. I would love to go do things and spend time with my family on vacation during the summer. It's not possible, right? So with that being said, I can imagine that if you're 18 or 19 years old, you're going to want to go do that, right? You're going to want to spend some time,
There's so many of these teams and leagues.
Hang on 1 second. We're getting go ahead.
So many of these teams and leagues that weren't necessarily around that many years ago. USLW League, just in its third year of existence. 8 teams now in the Great Lakes Division on the men's side and 7 in the women's side.
Hey, so we were just notified that right now there is a tornado warning right now in Livonia. So they are evacuating the facility as we speak. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back into our commercial break. We'll end up putting a delay game on there. We'll let you know what's going on. But as of right now, everybody is taking shelter. There is a tornado warning right now in Livonia, and they are all going to go seek shelter as we speak. So hang tight. We'll keep you updated as we learn more.
Are you looking to take your game to the next level? Contact information and more. The highlight videos could be self-submitted, 15 to 30 clips that will be put into a 3 to 7 minute long video. Video review of your Huddle, VO, or other platforms that you might have video on, as well as for an additional charge, MSN can come out and film games for you to create those clips. Our coach evaluation process, which is also an additional charge, where we have college coaches from various levels across the United States that will review your game film and provide feedback on how to improve that film, as well as also evaluating your play and what you can improve on. To learn more about our packages and what we offer, head over to the MichiganSoccerNetwork.com. Remember, your journey starts with a click.
Ally is invested in women's sports. Are you?
Heart of a lion, fire inside me blaze like a siren. Why would you try it? Wake up the beast, no I can't keep silent. I put my time in, now it's my time, your time is expiring. Blood, sweat and tears, I conquered my fears, I'm ready to fly now. We know they scared of us, no they don't care for us.
The game has changed monumentally. Ally is invested in the financial future of women's sports.
Did you know that your garage door is the single biggest object on your home? So if you're looking to add some curb appeal, it's a perfect place to start.
And right now, you can get 12 months same as cash. At Dover & Company, we carry the area's largest selections from top manufacturers. And don't forget to ask about our openers and accessories. We have it all, from battery backup, remotes, keypads, and OHD Anywhere that allows you to control and monitor your garage door from anywhere with your smartphone.
Dover & Company, your hometown garage door company since 1936.
Michigan Soccer Network, man! DCFC! Woo! And your Detroit City Football Club.
The sights, the sounds of historic Keyworth Stadium. There's nothing quite like it. Each week, Jonathan Turner and Neil Rule will break down the most recent Detroit City FC USL Championship match, taking a look at the Eastern Conference standings, looking ahead to their upcoming match, and much more. Watch the Detroit City FC recap show each week on the Michigan Soccer Network.
Let's go City on the Michigan Soccer Network.
You are watching the Michigan Soccer Network.
Come on, City.
Are you looking to play at the next level? MSN.
We already did.
Welcome back here into Schoolcraft College, where you know, you hear the tornado sirens, and you run out to your car, and just kidding.
They made everyone evacuate the field and head into the school, and then they allowed them right back into the Schoolcraft Dome.
That they did.
So we'll see some soccer here shortly at the start of the second half.
That it is. So we're just waiting for the officials to make their way back out on the pitch. Any type of adjustments. Again, keeping in mind that we were in the halftime break when this all took place. So yeah. So if you're just joining us, welcome back. Or just joining us, thank you for coming back. If you've been here the entire time, well, we appreciate you sticking around. We were going to talk about the comment during that the halftime break, but we'll give it a moment or two. Alan Jacobson says, Michiana versus Detroit game just finished. I'm curious what that scoreline was. Well, let's see what's updated on the system here. Let's take a look here. Just curious if it's made its way to the standings yet. By a score of 3-2. So there you go. Keith says there were strong winds in the area. It wasn't an upset, LOL. That it wasn't.
If you go outside right now, you're looking at all four directions. There is a ton of very dark swirling clouds. Wind is picked up. There is rain throughout Metro Detroit. But we are indoors, Schoolcraft College. So we're getting ready to start the second half. The sirens did go off about 25 minutes ago, so this has been nothing more than an extended half an hour halftime.
So you have Kalamazoo with the ball here, and their white and purple kits going left to right to start the second. As we are officially underway here, second half action here on this Wednesday night, a stormy Wednesday night, as Whitehead will now make her way into the 18, and just like in the first half, taking it down into the 18. They had a shot, remember, just to open up this first 30 seconds, and almost had another one there. That might be a foul, as that was Kalita who fouled a Kalamazoo FC, a player on that far side. So we're going to see a free kick here for Kalamazoo. Ball comes in low, past Helfin and into the back of that. So a well-struck ball under Helfin. She got a piece of it, and it makes its way into the back of the net. And I was always taught as a goalkeeper, you get a piece of it like that, you have to come up with it.
Looks like Bailey Colehorn with the goal. Set piece just outside the box on the west side. Colehorn had the assist on their first goal, so we are now tied 2-2 here in the 47th.
So now here comes Philip Potts and Flint City AFC.
Both teams taking advantage of the limited opportunities here, just the start of the second half. Two teams both had just 3 shots on frame in the first half, and that was the 4th shot on frame for Kalamazoo. So they scored 2 of their 4 shots.
So Philip Potts will stand over this one with her left foot. She'll put this one high in the air towards that back post. It hit off Shannon on its way out. '47th minute goal right then.
just into the 47th minute. And we were talking just before that goal, Detroit City FC women's side did win 3-2 in a comeback against Michiana, so 3 more points atop the table going to Detroit. Kalamazoo is in second, still trying to trace the leaders.
So Piotrowski will slot this one in. Towards Ellie Fife, number 17. She came in at the halftime break. The ball played up towards Carter.
Fife. Set to go off to Vanderbilt University here in the fall.
Now Piotrowski. Inside to Carter. Looking for a rush, and now one back by Mackenzie Ford in Kalamazoo. Philippotts. Now Piotrowski. Philippotts. Way back by Kalita. Good switch to that side. Tillotson now. Tillotson makes her way up. Still on the ball, just outside the 18. Cuts it back. Lays it off for Kalita. Kalita. Looking towards Philippotts. Now back to Fife. This will last touched off Philippotts, and now for a throw-in. You're just joining us here. We're about to start halftime, the second half, and then the tornado warning started to go off here in Livonia, and we'd evacuate the bubble. And then upon leaving the bubble, we're informed that we could come back in the bubble. We're back underway here after the weather delay.
And Kalamazoo is on the bubble in terms of a potential postseason berth. Detroit City FC adding the 3 points to their tally. So this game is tied 2-2 right now. Potentially the scoring might not be over.
Scoring plays it back. It's Canada. Now this one makes its way up that far side. I just think everyone was excited about making us have to work a little longer than we did. That's what it was about.
As if it hasn't been a long day already. We're set to go deep into the evening.
Switch to this near side. Piotrowski. Looking for Philippotts. Philippotts looks to track us down. Cleared away. Great work there by Brielle Gomez. She'll knock this one out for a corner.
So third corner kick of the match coming up for Flint City. They're looking for a way to regain their lead. They had a 1-0 advantage and then took a 2-1 lead at the break, only to cough up a goal to Kalamazoo in the first couple minutes of the second half. Now in the 52nd minute, tied 2-2.
Ball comes in off the corner. So popped up in the air inside the 18. Fife is there for the head. Now falls to Cahorn, and she'll clear it out towards midfield as it makes its way back to Claire Hamill. Now Philippotts on her left foot. That one will go long and out for a goal kick.
Claire Hamill, a recent graduate of Salem High School down in the Plymouth Canton area. I had a pleasure of speaking to Claire Hamill a couple weeks ago. Wrote a feature story on our website, MichiganSoccerNetwork.com. Just a very talented individual, stand out with the Michigan Hawks on the club side. She played 1 year of high school soccer this past season, helped Salem get to the Final Four in Division I. She's also a 4-year varsity performer in swimming and dive. She was 6-time All-State swimmer for the Rocks in that sport. So just a great young athlete getting set to head to Rutgers University in the Big Ten Conference here next month.
One back now by Kalamazoo. Cohorn up over midfield. Makes her way into the defensive third of Flint City AFC, and now she'll go. And then Hamill goes down. We'll keep playing, says the referee. Makes its way to Jones. Jones now on her right foot, puts one towards that back post, headed by Tillotson. Now Piotrowski being held up and plays the ball towards Mueller. So Mueller now with a heavy touch, as this one will go out on that far side. Appreciate you tuning in here on this Wednesday night as we have USLW League action here. Gray Lakes Division. And the Michigan Soccer Network, Jonathan Turner alongside Dan Stickrat. As this part of the match is brought to you by the Michigan Wolves, preparing players for the next steps in soccer and in life. Visit MichiganWolves.com today.
And you can see the Michigan Wolves banners in the background right now. Some of their national championships over the years. See that 1990 national championship, that was an all-star team to say the least. This recent national championship came in 2013 for the Wolves. So. See Michigan Hawks, former players here on the surface for Flint City, and Michigan Wolves, one of our many sponsors and advertisers. Two of the best youth programs in the state of Michigan dating back to the 1970s for both the Hawks and the Wolves.
Rush to this near side, and Piotrowski. Played back. That's Hamill. Now shifted. Out to Remini Tillotson. She'll look to play it up, and that'll make its way to Brielle Gomez. Kalamazoo FC now will look to make their way up here, but broken back up by Flint City, and good work by Fife. She'll find Mueller. One touch looking for Carter. Carter makes her way into the 18. Out comes the goalkeeper, and Kaylin Junk. She'll make the grab. Right now we are live on Instagram right now. Insta chatty, as they would say. If you want to ask us a question, either in the broadcast on YouTube, which is on our YouTube channel, or you want to ask a question here in our live, you're more than welcome to do so on either. Our poll right now on YouTube, 40 votes so far in total. 50% of you having Flint City winning this game. 28% have Kalamazoo FC, and then 22% have this thing ending in a draw. So a lot of votes coming in here these last couple games here on MSN as this ball played up top, looking for Whitehead. Now it will go on this near side. You know, during the halftime break, it came up. We were talking about this, and I was going to touch on it a little bit. We came back from break, but unfortunately a tornado warning stopped us short. It's just such rudeness. But either way, you know, this idea that athletes in the summer have to dedicate their entire summer to playing soccer is asinine. It's just asinine. It's a great turn by Armatry, though. She'll lay it off, and this ball going back post. It goes over Tillotson. Cohorn puts it back across, and it goes up and over, but almost made its way through in front of the goal and into the back of the net. But again, I think we forget about, you know, and again, there's a lot of athletes out there that their goal is to play professionally. So they're going to sacrifice a whole lot to get there. They're going to compromise family time, you know, relationship time. They're going to sacrifice a lot of things for the ultimate goal of getting to where they want to go. So this isn't that conversation. This conversation is about these players who graduate high school in June and are being asked now by freshmen, by their college coaches, to be on campus by the first week of July. It doesn't allow your players to really enjoy the best time of their life, which is that time they've graduated to the time they get ready to go to college. There's no time for relaxation at that point. And then you're asking college players who are playing at a high level all year round to come back to college campuses, Dan, again, the middle of July, early August, which means that all these players who are competing at this level only have a short window to go and enjoy their summers.
Yeah, and if you are someone who just graduated from high school here in May and early June, some of those players.
Look at this, Dan's armature. Now she'll put one in at the flex. Now sent back to Newcomb. Newcomb on the left foot will put it into its core horn. She already scored a goal here back in the 47th. Go ahead, Dave, finish your point.
Yeah, some of those kids, they like the ECNL National Championships are coming up next week in Seattle and San Diego on the West Coast. Some of those players just graduated. Some played high school, some didn't, but they just graduated. They still have commitments to their youth club team, and some of them are playing in the USLW League or other, summertime, leagues and conferences for women's soccer. And then some of them are getting set to leave. They won't have much of a summer, if a summer at all.
Yeah, so again, I was saying this to Dan here kind of at the halftime break. The reality is that as a couple of substitutions coming off here, you saw Claudia Mussig stepping off.
Mussig, the pride and joy of Paw Paw, Michigan.
So we'll see who comes on here in a moment for Kalamazoo. Number 18, it's Hannah Thompson stepping on, but that's a foul. But again, the reason we bring this up is because I know that the fan out there, the River Rat fan or the Kalamazoo FC fan, they want to see the best product on the field every night. Every time you step between the lines, you want to be able to have the best product on the field. And that's an awfully large or tall order that you're asking of these athletes. And comparing them, to the men's side, it's a different sport. The men's sport is completely different. And the reason why I say it's completely different is that we've talked about this. There are double the opportunities in the women's game than there are in the men's game. As Tillotson is thrown to the ground, and all smile, but there are double the opportunities in the women's game than the men's game.
Yeah, especially at the collegiate level. There's far more Division I and Division II programs
for
women versus men.
So we did the numbers on this. 2% of female athletes, soccer athletes, will go on to play at the highest levels in the sport. It's only 1% for men. So, it's not the same level of the men just don't have the same way. And I think it's important to say that. So for them, if they're looking to get to the next level, they have to work probably, and I'm not saying twice as hard, I'm just saying they have to work maybe a little harder to get there. So it's different. And again, there's a lot of great things about this. Korhorn now will take a shot toward the far post, and Korhorn gives Kalamazoo a 3-2 lead in the 62nd minute.
Again, Korhorn broke loose just outside the box. The Grand Rapids Forest Hill Central graduate uncorks a left footer to the far post. So 2 shots on frame for the visitors from Kalamazoo here in the second half, both resulting in goals. And just like that, Flint City's 2-1 advantage at the break has now been erased, and now Kalamazoo is in the driver's seat in this particular contest.
Just like that, Kalamazoo has taken the lead in this one off of 2 unanswered goals, both by Bailey Korhorn, one in the 47th and one in the 62nd. And they have a 1-goal lead. Now Tillotson up this far side will look to bring this up. Watching from Australia tonight. Someone watching from Australia. I love their name though, Random Aussie. So Ball played up, looking for Armaturi. She'll be held up the entire way, and this ball cleared away by Helfin. We might see a yellow card here. Nope, we're not gonna see a yellow card. Random Aussie, if you are still there, I would encourage you to go watch our blooper reel from our highlight show this week, and my daughter, Brianna, put it together. And in the first few moments of that video, you'll understand why I'm saying you should go watch that. So, anyways, yellow card comes out now, by the way. Only a few moments after the fact, but I believe that was issued to number 28, Kaylee Shannon.
Yeah, Armatry was held up on that play to draw the foul. Armatry again, standout goal scorer for the University of Toledo. She was a great player, helped Hazlitt High School to a Final Four 3 years ago.
That strike went up and over the frame. Now, there was to Kaylee Shannon, the Clarkston, Michigan native, getting the yellow card here a few moments ago.
Yellow card issued in the 64th minute to Flint City, number 28, Kaylee Shannon.
So now Philippot, she'll pass it off to Carter. Carter now down by the end line. She's got Philippot in support. Philippot on her left foot. Now she's down in the corner by the end line. This one will actually go out, last touch by Newcomb and out for a corner. I'm not sure what corner number this is, Dan. You probably know more than I do about that. So,
second of the second half and fourth overall for Flint City.
Oh, they're gonna say throw-in. I apologize. They're looking at corner, but either way, this ball played in now towards that back post. It's looking for Khalida. She'll track it down. Just lost signal here for a moment. We apologize. Waiting on it to refresh here.
Maybe storm related. It's quite windy and raining outside of the dome here in Livonia.
Apologize. We are still seeing signal through our main feed here, but for some reason it's not coming through on this end. So just sit tight. We'll try and work this through here. It's saying we've got perfect signal, so. We are completely dark.
Still working on getting that signal back.
Well, the ball is shot in. Ball's loose inside the 18, still loose, and now ball is poked away out for a corner. Again, we're still working on this deal. I'm working on it as we speak. Not quite sure why I'm seeing it on one screen, but it's not coming through on our camera on the other. So we'll just work through this in real time.
Second corner kick of the second half coming up for Flint City. They had two shots in succession in the box. Both of them were blocked by defenders. Looked like that corner kick was taken by...
So we should be back up now here on YouTube. We do apologize that we had lost connection there. Sorry about that, everybody. We're just experiencing a little bit of technical storms here. Right now we're playing a little havoc here with all of our equipment, but we'll keep it rolling here. Good news is nothing happened while we were out. I'm going to put the score bug back up. Is this? So there we go.
The storms are really coming down outside here in Livonia.
Ball played back by Tillotson. Danny Wellen says, excellent commentary, boys. Got to let them be kids be kids for a while. I don't disagree. I think allowing people to be, you know, and again, you know, not saying take the whole summer. Just okay, go take a week. Go take your 10-day break. Go enjoy yourself for a bit. Go to the beach. It's Philip Potts.
And a lot of these teams in the USL League 2 and the W League, they'll carry a lot of players. And the reason why I'm bringing that up, you take the Flint City Bucks, you know, they were once the Michigan Bucks, but they've been around almost 30 years. They'll keep 30, 35 players training in their pool because not only do they have a long history of making the postseason, making long runs in the postseason, but they'll play a lot of non-conference friendlies, and they'll play in some of these, you know, month-long, like, cups, not the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. There's a lot of these smaller cups available for a lot of these amateur teams in summer months. So what they'll do for some of those cups and non-conference games is they'll give a lot of the younger players that are training over the summer a chance to play, give the regular, you know, top 18 to 20 players on their roster a night off. Because every year you lose kids that will graduate from college. They'll go on to USL League One. They'll go on to the Championship League. In some instances, they'll go on to MLS. You have to have players in your system ready to come back the next summer and step into a more prominent role on the roster.
This ball is played towards his near side. Philip Potts, she'll make her way inside now into the 18. Ball on her left foot. Gomez goes down, trying to slide tackle, and this one finally cleared up. Lansing Common FC has a reserve team in the Midwest Premier League, as well as for similar reasons. Lansing Common is only in the Midwest Premier League. There's not another Lansing Common side. Now, if you're saying Lansing City and Lansing Common are not one and the same.
So two completely different organizations.
Two completely. So Lansing Common is in the Midwest Premier League, and that is their first and only team. And then Lansing City is in USL League 2. So yeah, that might, again, unless something's changed that I'm not aware of. And that does happen because a lot of things can happen while I'm not paying attention. Mueller now on the ball here just outside the 18. Now Fife. Out wide. That's Tillotson. Ball on her right foot. Looks to put this into the 18. Punched away by Junk. But a great name for a goalkeeper, by the way. We talk about, like, Nets was a great name. I think that, I do think that that's a great name for a goalkeeper. You know, you're getting rid of the junk. I mean,
she's cleaning up all the junk in the box. I mean, there's so many.
It's a great name.
So many lines you get to pull off that. So that is a classic name. We said Elizabeth Nets. She's a recent graduate of Kalamazoo Christian High School. Her team played in the state finals the last 2 years. She was a 4-year starting goalkeeper, but great name for a goalkeeper. NETZ. I mean, the media had a lot of puns off of that here the last 4 years.
I would imagine that that's the case. So we are, it's the 73rd minute, so just about 18 minutes to go here in this one. It's 3-2, a 62nd minute goal by Bailey Corhorn, giving Kalamazoo their first lead of the day. Goal coming back in the 26th minute by Landis Canada from Flint City FC started the scoring, and then in the 37th, her sister Maddie Canada got the goal, the scoring started for Kalamazoo, and then Gabby Mueller in the 45th minute plus time, stoppage time, put one in the back, and that was a halftime break, and then Cohorn just 2 minutes into the second half, equalizing the game, and then she buried one again in the 62nd.
So Bailey Cohorn, a Western Michigan University graduate, having 2 goals and assists, so she has the brace here tonight. She had the helper on the first goal and the game tying and go-ahead goal here in the second half for Kalamazoo FC.
So now Mueller. Sorry for the confusion. I meant Common does have only one team in the NBA, and they do have enough players signed where they do have a reserve team as well. My guess is they probably play in like the MPSL, Michigan Premier Soccer League is probably where they would play some games. That's usually where your reserve team would probably play if you're looking to get some competitive matches. As down goes Tillotson just outside the 18, referee will blow the whistle. I mean, the reality is that you don't, if you're a team, you don't want to have a lot of unsanctioned games. So unsanctioned games, it's hard to get referees. It's hard to get people to come out to. So realistically, they're going to play in a sanctioned league. And the MPSL is that. You might play 5 or 6 games in the summer. That gives them some competitive action. It also allows you to take looks at them and see them someplace. So my guess would be is they're probably playing in the MPSL. So a free kick coming up here for Flint City AFC. Rain continues to fall here in our Shelby Township studios.
Rain is falling just about everywhere around Metro Detroit.
This ball comes in, it's loose. Now Carter's right there. She'll get a touch. It goes just past that far post. I mean, had she just got a little more turned on that, it would have gone in. Nobody was there to put that aside.
And the goalkeeper, Young, her vantage point was blocked with several defenders in the box. The shot just wide. So Flint City down 3-2. They've had 3 shots here in the second half, but none of them been on target. So trying to find ways to get back into this game. We're now in the 76th minute. We've seen 2 goals in the second half here, both off the foot of Bailey Cohorn for Kalamazoo FC.
Finally settled down by Tillich, and she plays it back. That's Hamill looking towards Piotrowski. Now Philippot, she's met by Newcomb, but a good little turn from Philippot. She'll make her way up over midfield. She'll look to switch this to the far side. Doesn't make its intended target, but falls to Rush. Mueller will go down. Referee says we'll keep playing. Now Piotrowski. She'll cut inside. Pushed out again.
Flint City doing a very good job of, controlling the tempo of this game out of the possession, but they have let their lead slip away here in the second half. They're trying to net an equalizer. We're now in the 77th minute.
She'll fire one from distance, and that makes its way into the diving hands of Junk.
So just the second save of the night for Kaylin Junk, the St. Joseph, Michigan resident. Plays for IUPUI, making the stop. So first shot on frame in the second half for Flint City. Just not enough pace and placement on that attempt to find the back of the net.
So Keith, I think it's a great point. He's asking us, saying, I hope that Lansing Common does get a women's side in the near future. My only question is dude, when you start adding another, and again, this is not meant to be disingenuous at all, but as this ball played into Olivia Roche, she'll pull it back. She can find an outlet. She's looking for a Kalita. When you start putting more teams, does that dilute the overall, what you're trying to accomplish? And the reason why I ask that question is, let's just say you have one women's team, right? You add a men's team. Isn't that now going to force fans to figure out what games they want to go to? Isn't it hard enough already to find games that you can get fans to come to? Now you got to figure out, now there's 18 home games.
Yeah, no,
and again, I'm not saying diluting. I mean, that's the wrong word to use, but I feel like if you have a strong fan base, okay, great. But look at these CFC games, for example, the women's side. They're not getting the same kind of crowd as the men. And are you seeing some fans choosing to go to a DCSO women's game instead of going to a men's game? I'm curious your thoughts on that. And again, I think they should have a women's and a men's team, but does it in fact actually end up hurting versus helping is my question.
I would like to see, personally, I look at some of these professional amateur teams, semi-pro, whatever you want to call them, and even collegiate teams. I'd like to see in sports, not just with soccer, but I'd like to see more double headers.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe a women's team at 5:30 and the men's team play at, kick off at 8 o'clock, where you can invite youth clubs, you can have kids nights, but you have a double header to get more fans involved with both sides.
Well, well, the problem with double headers is they say getting fans to come to two games is tough. I think it's a huge opportunity to capitalize on a night, because then what you do is you say you charge one price for both games, and they can come and go as they please. But again, it's one of those things. If you're trying to start another team, whether it's a women's team, a reserve team, doesn't matter. When you do that, you're starting to have your fan base have to select what game they want to go to, and of course, most fans are going to want to go to the premium ticket. You think about that, right? Jimmy John's baseball field, right? There's four teams that play at that park. They offer a great value. They're typically double headers on Fridays and Saturdays, so all the teams are playing. You're not really diluting anything there. You've created this really nice value.
It's a small 4-team league all at the same facility. It's a great family atmosphere. I've been to many ball games there in the last 8 years. But you talk about double headers in sports. Like for years when Oakland University used to be in the Summit League, they left there I think in 2010 or 12. Just over a decade ago. They used to do double headers on Saturdays, so the women's basketball would play at 3:30 or 4, and the men's would, tip off at, like, say, 6 or 7. But by halftime of the women's contest, there'd be quite a few fans because they're all going to watch the women's team play, and then they're going to stick around for the men's. So I'm just throwing that out there. If there is a men's and women's team here in these summer league seasons, and you can work it out to at least have a couple doubleheaders, see if it works for you to bring more fans out to see both sides play. It may work, it may not. I'm just throwing that possible idea out.
I think it's a great idea. I think doubleheaders are fantastic. What you hate to do is you'd hate to separate your fan base. So try to get your fan base all on the same page. Just ball played in, headed away. Because I think we cover a lot of games then across the state of Michigan. We know what the fan bases look like. We know the strong fan bases. And sometimes more isn't better, right? And it doesn't, whether that's a reserve team Newcomb is following Philippots up down the field there. So, but again, it's not always about more. It's about where the more value. I say value. Value can come in a lot of different ways. So if it's more value, if it provides more value to your fan base, then by all means do it. But don't just do it to do it, because here's the thing too. If you do something, do it for the long run, because a lot of teams want to do something and then they do it, and then it's over with after a year. It's over with after a couple of years, and what you wanted to do doesn't come to tuition because you ran out of capital, you ran out of resources, whatever it might be, because these games require manpower. They require people to work them. And now you're asking people to do more.
And a lot of those people are volunteers. A lot of them come from a lot of youth clubs that are involved in the community. There's just a lot of volunteers. So there's that aspect as well.
All played out wide, and we'll see Stolzfus watch this one go out of touch. We're down the final 8 minutes here of this game plus stoppage time. It's a great point, and I do think there's a ton of value in having multiple teams in your program. It's just if you're going to do it, make sure you have the resources and money to pull it off long term, because there's a reason why there are certain teams not here anymore, and it wasn't because they didn't want it, right? I mean, that's never the case. It's never about wanting it. It's about can you afford to do it continuously. And that's the thing, right? I think they say that the turnover in UPSL is somewhere upwards of 50%. In the first 5 years, maybe higher than that.
You have to also think about the expense of having more than one team. Say you have a men's team and a B team plus a women's team and playing in various leagues. You're not only having to rent facilities, you have to pay coaches. There's travel expenses. There's workers, either volunteer or paid at various games, but a lot of these teams don't necessarily turn a profit either. And you see a lot of teams being added, and then every year some new teams come in to these various leagues, and some of teams don't come back the next year. They just don't have the monetary backing to survive.
I mean, Dan, when I say most, I mean, if there is an amateur team that's making money, they are definitely in the minority. You talk to a lot of these teams. You look at the teams like Troy United, who came up here recently, and they're in Troy. They're a young side as far as how long they've been around, and when you're a younger team like that or starting off fresh, you have to build a fan base. You've got to build a sponsorship base. There's a process, and while I think they're probably doing pretty well as far as what they've been able to accomplish here in the short term, money is so hard to come by at this level. It's so hard to come by. To be fair, to charge $10 to show up to a game, like tonight, for example, that's a tall order, for this level. Because Detroit City FC's tickets aren't $10. They're 12 or 13. You're talking about the separation there. So I feel like, it's really hard to get there, and you obviously want it as a yellow card being issued there to Kaylee Cunningham, for Kalamazoo FC.
That coming in the 85th minute. We're getting ready to cross into the 86th minute. Great opportunity about 35 yards out for Flint City to put this into the box, see if they can create a little magic, perhaps get a shot attempt. They're trying to find an equalizer. They surrendered that 2-1 halftime lead with 2 goals to Bailey Cohorn.
So Carter will stand over this one here in the 86th minute. So Carter will step up, and she'll put this one up and over. Yeah, obviously that story, Lansing United and how it fell, obviously the Lansing Lugnuts and that story, but it just goes to show you, things happen with Gold Star Detroit. I mean, you talk about partnering with a multi-million-dollar owner, and then after seeing what the potentiality was in year one, walked away as quickly as he possibly could. And that's the thing. I think most MLS teams are on the losing side of the cash flow situation. So there's not a lot of money to be made, and that's the problem with soccer, is that it's not the same as other sports. To make money at this level is extremely hard. That's a foul. Piotrowski goes right through the back of Cunningham. That might be a little payback for a few moments ago.
And the yellow card has been issued.
Keith goes, I thought they were on hiatus. Yeah, they're on hiatus because the owner bailed. I mean, that's the hiatus. I mean, trying to sell the team. From my understanding, they're trying to sell that team like 5 minutes after they took ownership of it. It was pretty quick. They pulled funding, from my understanding, right around the start of the season. So it's like probably a very similar situation to what happened in Lansing, but just happened way quicker. Because the dream of playing soccer would do it at this. It's the greatest sport, as far as my opinion. It's the greatest sport in the world. There's nothing even close as far as second. I love watching football, soccer. The American football. But this is the greatest sport. The problem with the greatest sport, especially in the United States, is that not everybody sees it that way. Right, Dan? We see it time and time again. The high school soccer game is getting none of that. We've offered that solution to the state. We said we would offer press conferences for soccer players. We've offered it.
Yeah,
there's no interest in it right now.
I've covered the high school sports for 31 years here in Michigan, so I've been to state finals in a lot of different sports.
Oh, look at this now. Mueller puts his ball across. Philip Potts will track this one down. Just to get by Mackenzie Jones, and Splint cleared away.
But it's sometimes difficult. You attend the high school football finals down at Ford Field. You go to girls and boys basketball in Breslin Center at Michigan State. Even volleyball, which has been at Kellogg Arena in Battle Creek here the last several years. But after those games, there is a designated press room where reporters and photographers and videographers all go behind closed doors and interview people. But you go to a boys soccer and girls soccer finals, you're pretty much trying to track down athletes on the field, on the sidelines, in the stands afterwards, it's not the same. It sometimes can be a little, difficult to track people down. You have such a limited time to begin with.
It's Tillotson now. She'll receive this ball just outside the 18. She'll look to slot this into the ball, into the box, and just past a diving Carter.
So Flint City trying to find that equalizer. They're knocking on the door. They're running out of time. We're now in the 90th minute. Just not enough real estate for Carter to get a shot off that cross.
Flint City continuing to press here in the waning moments of this game. Tillotson. Yeah, I just, I don't think there's an excuse for it anymore, to be fair. In 2024, there's no excuse to not be doing the same things for every sport. I'm sorry. If you can't, so if I don't have starting 11s for both teams, I do not put one teams on the screen. Why? Because I feel as though we're doing an injustice to their team. So in 2024, if you're going to do press conferences for football, you should be doing press conferences for soccer, baseball, volleyball, every sport. And you know what? If coaches don't show up in year one, you know what you do? You do it in year two, they'll show up. Or press. You invite everybody. That's what you do. I think that's. I think, to be fair, I think it's an abomination. It's, and I would love to do press conferences after every game we do. To be fair, the coaches aren't used to that. They're not used to it. They're not used to the coverage that we give around the state fan. We know this because we get these conversations all the time. But the more they get exposed to it, the more they're going to get used to the opportunity, and then it'll just start to flow.
So we're just a minute over in the stoppage time. We weren't indicated how many minutes the referee will allow. Timeout on the side of homestanding Flint City AFC. They're trying to find an equalizer here late to gain a point in the conference standings, and Kalamazoo currently in second place would love nothing more to keep pace with Detroit City FC, which won 3-2 over Michiana Lions earlier this evening.
Settled down by Shannon.
Now, in terms of press conferences, I know it'd be really difficult in a sport like cross-country track where there's a million things going on at the same time, but yeah, there's a lot of team sports, baseball, softball, boys and girls lacrosse. There's ways you could set up press conferences.
There's no question about it. While money is always a concern, I am sure you could go to your Meijer sponsor, your Applebee's sponsor at the MHSAA and be like, hey, we want more banners, we need press conferences. There's so many things you can do. But, and it might come down to manpower, enough people. Well, you got all hands on deck for football. So it's now Tillotson. Tillotson puts us into the box. Now that's a great touch, just wide of the goal. Maya Carter, I think it was Maya Carter. It looked pretty close to Carter, but it was not. It might have been Fife that got a touch on that.
So 3.5 minutes in the stoppage time, or 2.5 minutes in the stoppage time. Flint City's had 6 shots this half, only 1 on frame. So they're down to the waning seconds here to try to get off an equalizer, and they need to put something on frame. And they have just struggled in that department most of the season. They've controlled a lot of the play. Possession has been in Flint City's favor, but not the scoreboard, the most important statistical department. As Kalamazoo has picked off that pass, was taken down the corner to stall even more time off. Referee looking at her watch.
I want to remind everybody, tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, we'll be presenting the 2024 Spring Season Dream Team here tomorrow night. I'll be live from Granite City in Troy, Michigan. Join Dan and I as we unveil the top 11 players from around the state, including Miss Soccer and defensive and offensive players of the year from each division. And it kicks off at 8 p.m. tomorrow night right here on the Michigan Soccer Network. So we'll take care of the press stuff.
We have many of those girls who are making the trip from different parts of the state over the Grand Sea. Not all of them. There's a few players out of town with some club soccer requirements. I'm tracking down information about each of those players. We have something, a bio on each player that was offensive, defensive player of the year in each division. There's 4 divisions on the girls soccer side.
As the referee will blow the final whistle, and this game has come to an end on this Wednesday evening. Well, thank you for we continue to grow and continue to make this the best possible platform for all things soccer here across this great state of Michigan. I want to thank our crew and Ryan Gagnon, as well as Brianna, our technical director. Dan Stickrat, thank you, man. We appreciate it as always. Our scoring recap here in this one, we'll put back up on the screen here for you. In the 26th minute, Landis Canada opening up the scoring here for Flint. And then Maddie Canada, her sister, in the 37th for Kalamazoo, equalized. Gabby Mueller in the 45th minute in stoppage time put one home, making it 2-1 into the halftime break. And then coming out of the halftime, Bailey Cahorn just took things on her own accord and put 2 in the back of the net, 1 in the 47th, and then 1 in the 62nd minute. So, and that is your scoring. So the final score here, once again, one final time, is 3-2 here in favor of Kalamazoo FC, who currently sits in second place now with 20 points on the season. From all of us here at the Michigan Soccer Network, my name is Jonathan Turner. So long, everybody.